Welcome to the Block of the Month collaboration with Melissa. I'm hoping that you all watched the collab on the 8th. This is another version of my block, this time using FPP. So here's the block. This time, instead of using the three colours on the background, I've decided to just use two colours of the blue with the background white. So here's where I made my first mistake. I printed the pattern pieces as shown, but what I didn't print was the placement of those pieces, because I thought I knew the block, I'd made it before, I knew where things went. However, as you will see later on, I didn't know where things went. So I started with piece A, with the background and the two colours of the blue. But I decided, in my wisdom, instead of starting with A1 and A2, I would start with 3, 4, and then add the 2 and the 1. Again, this was not a wise idea, as you will see. So using the white background, I stuck that to cover the pieces of 3 and 4 in one whole piece of fabric, which I thought was a good idea. So by then adding piece 2 and piece 1 to complete piece A, that was where I realised that I hadn't got the angle of the darker blue in the right position. But I didn't rip it out. I thought, no, let's carry on. So I got piece B ready to start, and then I did actually do that in the correct order, 1, 2 and 3, which did seem to work out okay. So having done this piece, I thought, oh, maybe piece the first piece of A would be okay, because the angle of the dark blue seemed to be very similar to the angle on piece B. So I thought, well, okay, we'll carry on. So the next task was to join piece A to piece B, which was okay. I didn't quite think that the angle of on piece B where it joined to piece A was going to be quite right, but we carried on. So as you can see, that's the first top row done, and like I thought would happen, that angle of where B joins A is different to what the angle is on the piece where I joined the 2 to the 3, 4. So I was just praying that it was going to turn out okay. So I made piece A and piece B and joined them together. So I thought, right, the next piece is going to be piece C. So I've prepared all that and got cracking making piece C. So and that came out okay. I was quite pleased with that. The colours looked okay. All the pieces looked as though they might be okay. So I thought, oh, we're on a roll here. So my logic was, I've done A, B, and I've made C, so let's join them both together. And I looked at it, and looked at it, and still continued to sew it together. My tiny brain was screaming at me, this really doesn't look right, what have you done? I don't know, and I thought, no, it's got to be like that, A, B, C, and no, because I didn't print off the instructions on sewing it together, so out came the stitch ripper. So I created piece E, and I thought, this must be the piece that goes there. So we'll get going and we'll make that one up and see what happens. So I added E to A and B, and still my little tiny brain is screaming, no, don't do it, it's not right, something's not right, stop what you're doing. But I carried on. And still I carried on sewing and added row C onto row E, and I'm still screaming at myself, this isn't right, stop what you're doing. But no, I just carried on and thought, no, it's definitely not right. Out came the stitch ripper. So once I realised that E was the right piece, but I had it upside down, and I sewed it back on in the right way, and I thought, now it's looking better. Now I need to add row C, because that looks right now. So finally, I think I've got it right. I can carry on and keep sewing, and now add the last 2 rows. Okay, can I make any more mistakes? Yep. So off I go again and start with piece number D. So then I would have actually had A, B, C, D, and then E. So I'm thinking, oh, I must be doing right here now. I've got them 2 done, and this is me next one on, so that'll be right. So there we are, piece D. As you can see, I used one piece for cover one bit and then just added the white background on, so I haven't got a seam there. So I thought this will be all right. I know what I'm doing with this. Carry on. So I prepared piece F. Piece D I'd left on one side because I needed that in a little while. I prepared piece F and I thought, oh, this is going all right now. I know what I'm doing. I'm getting there. So yeah, the pieces for piece F looked all right, and as you can see, I did make the longer strip of the lighter blue in one colour, again, so that I didn't have a seam in the middle, and I thought, oh, this is going all right. So I started on the last piece G, started preparing that, and doing them in the correct order. And thought, this is going just how I like it now. This is just nice. Got it all right. So that was piece G done. And although I got a seam down in the white, I thought, oh well, it's going all right. I've just got to join that now to piece F, and I'll be well away, because then I can add piece D and just join it all together, and we'll be all right. So joining F to G, looking at it, yes, it's fine. It just looks about right. That's exactly how I wanted it to look. The 2 pieces are joined together just nicely. So I laid it out, ready to add D to F and G that I'd already joined together. And I thought, this will carry on, this looks all right. Something in the back of my mind was saying, don't do it, something's not right. But I thought, no, it looks okay. So I placed the 2 together and I looked and I went, nope, it's not right. I need to turn D the other way round because it just wasn't right. So out came the stitch ripper again. So after all that, it was finally time to join the 2 pieces together. And if I'd have thought about it right at the beginning and printed off the placement guide, I wouldn't have had all these issues. But I thought, you know this block, you've made it before, you can do it again as an FPP. Well, yes, I probably can do it again as an FPP, but print off the instructions first, that would help. It is a pretty block, and I do like it despite all the errors I made. I think it was easier doing it with the piecing rather than the FPP. But again, that was my stupid fault for not printing off a placement guide. Otherwise, I think it would have ran a lot smoother. But I do like it, and it is a pretty block. The plan originally was for me to make one block of each one that we're doing every month in an FPP, as well as the piecing, so that people can have an option. But I do like this block, and I think it might look nice in all the different colours as well. So I'm now toying with what to do. wait and see next month which one I decide to do. Thanks for watching.